Well, hello there. For my first social experiment, I decided to conduct 25 of my closest and best friends of their personal preferences in music genre choice. I went ahead and made a survey asking them of their favorite genres. On the survey, there are 10 different options that are there to label 1 through 10. Option number 1 is hip hop. The next would be rock. After that, I have jazz, then country, pop, blues, folk, soul, heavy metal, and rap. I decided to use these specific genres of music because when I jumped on the trusty old Google, these were the top hits for the most popular genres in America. After asking 25 of my friends, here were some results. 16 of them decided country was their all-time favorite genre. 4 of them said rock's the best. 3 of them were big fans of hip-hop. And finally, rap had 2 fans for it. Besides that, the rest of my results conducted at their least favorite, which they ranked number 10. The most popular outcomes for that were folk, jazz, and soul. Next, I have some of my close friends in for interviews. Man, that slaps. I can see why it's one of your favorite songs. Anyway, I'm here with D. James Stickley from Central Ohio, one of my good friends I met here at Lincoln Land Community College. Good school brought us together. But anyway, I gave him one of those surveys I talked about earlier, and he's going to go over first introducing himself and going over his results and maybe why he chose to go ahead and be a fan or maybe not even like some of those genres I picked. So go ahead, Jimmy.
Yeah, so growing up in Central Ohio, more on the rural side of things, easily drawn to country music as a background and a kind of a staple in Ohio and just rural Ohio. Then coming out here and meeting similar friends, we easily share some interests in music. And first concert I went to was Blake Shelton concert with the whole family and some cousins. And you know, Blake's not the greatest singer maybe, but just the storytelling behind country music, kind of how everything just kind of brings together is pretty cool. Beyond that, my second's rock. I guess I'm more of like just a mood, just whatever mood I'm in, I'm listening to some music. So you know, hop in the shower in the morning. If I'm having a slower morning, might put on some low kind of Christian music just to start my day. If I'm getting ready for a party or something, put on some rock and some hip hop. Kind of get going with them. But I'll always go back to country and just the basics around that. Lower on my list here, I got some folk and some blues and soul music. Now, and jazz, I can appreciate some of those genres for what they do, but as far as the list goes, they're probably some of my least favorite on the list. That's about it. Any more questions, guys?
So I guess when I first handed you this survey, were you quick to just write 1 through 10 as fast as your hands can move? Or was it something that kind of took some thinking, maybe some backtracking on exactly what you thought of those genres?
Yeah, so I think country easily brought its way to the top, some rock, some hip hop in there, some pop music. Other than that, just kind of placing songs with these other genres. What songs fit under the blues category, the folk category, the jazz. Like there's some songs in there that I enjoy, but for the most part, just the genre kind of made its way to the bottom of the list.
So you took each genre and kind of created an average score in your mind.
Yeah, more of an image of what I listen to on the daily, and just kind of went through some of my playlists and stuff, and found some music correlated to each of these genres, and then how they kind of worked up and worked down in the survey.
Thanks, Jimmy. Appreciate it.
No problem,
sir. Out a bunch. Well, hello. I'm here with Wyatt Banks from Kentucky, another good buddy of mine, brought together through this school here. And I interviewed Wyatt just the other day, gave him the same survey, asking him his favorite genres of music, ranked them 1 through 10. And Wyatt, why don't you go ahead and tell us about the results?
All right, so for me, I found country music to kind of surface to the top. Being raised in rural America, in Kentucky originally. I'm from Cynthiana, north central part of Kentucky. So, just the classic country music. You get a little Hank Williams Jr. in there, Waylon Jennings, William Waylon and the boys, all of them. And then when I came to college, I'd never really listened to Red Dirt music, so the Casey Donahue stuff and Cody Johnson, it's really taken off since then. And I have you to thank and some of my teammates for allowing me to, be able to listen to some of that music. And it's really diversified my cultural taste when it comes to music, and especially the realm of country. I thought there was new and old, and some of the stuff in terms of Luke Bryan and that stuff these days, I'm not really into it. So realizing that Red Dirt really kind of went back to the roots, and then just having more of a classic sound, I really appreciated that about it. When it came to rock, being a close second for me, getting in the van on contest mornings for judging events and rolling around the country with a judging coach, it's really a good way to get the blood flowing and pumping and really just juiced up for a contest or even a workout, just going down the road, or a late night you're trying to stay awake and that sort of thing. Also working out, or when I run here around the neighborhood, I like to listen to rock too to keep me going. The others, no disrespect to them. Heavy metal, I can appreciate some Metallica every once in a while. I like rap when I'm in the mood. I'm more of a classic old soul kind of person, so rap doesn't really respond as well with me, but I can appreciate it at times. Blues, jazz, pop, folk, all the others, they kind of just conglomerate into one category, and I can appreciate them again, but just not really my taste, that my go-to music or my go-to sound at any given day.
Being in sociology class, for this whole project is for, we talk a lot about nature and nurture. Yeah. So maybe you could go over some of the things in your life, or instances that have nurtured you to maybe like country music, or on the other hand, maybe dislike something. Has it been past experiences, or maybe even what some of your family or what you grew up listening to, what you were introduced to?
Absolutely. So my grandfather's really more into the classical country music taste. Tom T. Hall, some of the older, almost like cowboy songs in a way. So him being a cattleman himself, and just really like listening, and a lot of them have an Irish tune too. So all of them that would cattlemen back on the trail and everything back in the 1800s, he always broke it down from a historical aspect, and he said, the music, like country music sound, had a correlation to that time period, because cattlemen would sing to the cattle, keep them calm at night. Not necessarily because it sounded good, but because of the meaning behind it and the purpose it served. I really appreciate that aspect, and then just country music in general. They could sing about anything, so the wordsmithing and then the movement that it brought behind with every word really made me just gravitate to that. It all tells a story, and I'm all about telling a story, no matter if it's in the Reasons room or if it's listening to music. I want somebody to tell me a story and tell me the right story, and a pure story. When it comes to rap, again, growing up in rural America probably has the same effect, just not really my cup of tea every single day. The topics and the things discussed always aren't necessarily morally sound, as we like to call it. But still some things in there that's, again, tell a story. It's just a completely different story that a lot of us aren't used to. That's pretty much it. If you got any more questions, I'd be happy to answer them. I appreciate you asking me for the survey.
I think you covered most of the stuff, and I think our viewers will be very interested in kind of the different approach you take to it. I think it'll be worth the watch. So Wyatt, thank you. Your friendship is valued.
Thanks, Brian.
Just to wrap things up, like some of my results showed, my surveyors that I asked were very heavy into liking country, and our second choice there was rock. And it didn't really stray too far off that. That's pretty much the whole story that was told throughout my experiment. And I think some of that came from my select group that I chose. They were kids my age, anywhere between 19 and 21, and they were dominantly country-raised kids, kind of like myself. So I think if I were to do this experiment again, I would want to maybe diversify some of my people I interviewed. Go out, get some random types of people to get a little more spread in my results. But other than that, I think it was a successful experiment, and thank you for watching.